So my name's Amir, and I am 44, turning 45 in about a week. So I grew up in Boulder, and I was a gymnast, so I started doing gymnastics really early at age 5. So my childhood was like really focused around gymnastics and school, and I was really kind of intense about those two things. And I always liked math, but I never thought at all that I was ever going to be a teacher during that time. I always thought I was going to go into engineering, and that's what I did. I finished high school and I went to engineering school in Michigan. I became an engineer, and right after that I moved to Portland, Oregon, and I started working for Intel, which is a company that makes computer chips, and I was designing their factories and doing layout and capacity of the fabrication facility. And during that time, my job was okay, but I definitely was feeling the pull to kind of leave and go climbing and go adventuring. So I quit my job and I bought a van and I went out and I just traveled around the country and around the world just climbing. And during that time, I also started working with students as an Outward Bound instructor, and that was my first real work with kids. So that kind of led me eventually to get into teaching, but really it was more students, and I really enjoyed working with young people, seeing them grow, pushing them out of their comfort zone. So I was an Outward Bound instructor for about 6 years, and then eventually I was like wanting to start to have a more stable life. So I got my teaching license at a school in Estes Park called Eagle Rock School. And I spent a year there learning how to teach in the classroom and getting my teaching license, teaching math. And after that year, I was ready to kind of move into the classroom. And so after that year, I got a job teaching in Denver, which was really tough. And it was just a tough first year as a teacher, but I learned a lot. And then during that year, a position came open at Watershed. This was back when Watershed was back at its old location, and I went in and interviewed and with the old head of school, Liz. And I think my background as an experiential educator, along with my experience in the classroom teaching math, really made me a good fit for Watershed. So that's where I transitioned into Watershed. And this is now my 13th year at Watershed. And I've done a lot of things at the school. I've been a college counselor, I've been an expedition teacher, I've been a math teacher, an advisor. I've done many May terms. And I think Watershed's a really great place to work because I'm able to kind of use a lot of my skills here with international travel, with rock climbing, backpacking, math. So it's a great place to work, and I've definitely learned and grown a lot as an educator here. And of course the school, it's changed over time, it's grown, but a lot of the fundamental values have stayed the same. And I am really excited for next year. I think having our own building and our own space is gonna really improve the experience for both teachers and students. So it's really exciting, and so I'm looking forward to that. And I think also with that also comes a little bit of growth in the school, which I think has its pros and cons. But I think I'm confident that we will work through kind of the growing pains and still maintain kind of what Watershed is.